Okay, you guys, I'm coming to you with another refreshment. Reviewing the suffix. If you remember what a suffix is, it's at the end of a word. It's like tie on, like educate, tie on, or education. They call this shun. When you further review the word, it's Tion at the end of educate. It's Tion. I'm gonna box that in for you guys here as I'm looking at the word tie on. Then I'm gonna add my TION, my ion and tie on with a tie, TIE on. Now I'm thinking to myself, what can I tie on at the end of tying on, and how can I utilize tie on? Maybe a noun to tie on, a person, place, or thing. I'm going to tie something on here, something else onto this. I'm not just gonna leave it as a failed statement or incomplete statement of nothing to tie on. So the first thing I'm gonna do is find something to tie on. So you have to hold with me for a second as I'm looking around this room. I'm gonna figure out what to tie on. Maybe this is a plate or a bowl. Maybe you want to tie a plate or bowl on. That could be something to tie on. And you could tie that on to the end of a statement, a holiday plate. You know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use this plate right here. I'm gonna tie on this plate. So what I'm gonna do is take my educate plate. So I'm gonna educate plate. I'm gonna educate plate. I believe that's how you pronounce it. That's what I decided to tie on here. So I'm just finding inanimate objects or something that I could tie on for the suffix tie on. So instead of educate tie on, now I'm educating plate. Now I'm gonna educate this pink ball pen. It states it's a ball pen. If you look right here, it says ball pen. I'm gonna tie that on. So now I'm gonna educate pink ball pen. And if you see, it's even incorrect down here at the end. I have to fix this up. It's educate pink ball pen. Educate pink ball pen, not T pink ball pen. I have to excuse me for that, you guys. We'll get it right with the next one. You try till you fail no more. So we tied on pink ball pen to educate. So now we're education, we're educating plate, we're educating pink ball pen. You can use nouns, person, places, a thing. You could have even used a name. Now we're going to use the word motivation with the suffix. And what are we going to tie on again? We're going to use the same example as before. We're going to tie on the plate. So now we're no longer motivating tie on. What we're motivating is the plate, motivate plate. So this is what we're going to do is motivate plate instead of motivating tie on. Whether tie on is a name or something to tie on. We're going to find something else. We're going to use the same thing to tie on here in the same example. So we're going to motivate pink ball pen. We're also, excuse me, this is the same mistake I made up there. Let me just start over. If you mess up, draw a line through it and start right over. So motivate pink ball pen is what we're going to tie on here. So we're going to tie pink ball pen on. See how this works. This is just a review of how to use the suffix tie on and what to tie on. I've seen a lot of incomplete statements where they've just left the tie on as the tie on. Yet, to find a noun, which is a person, place, or thing, possibly adjectives and verbs to tie on, you can have a complete statement of what to tie on to the suffix. Next word is aspiration. Aspirate tie on. So what we're going to tie on here, I'm going to find another inanimate object to tie on to aspirate. Because we're already aspirating tie on, aspiration. Now we have to aspirate something to tie on. So I'm going to look around for another object to tie on. Bear with me for a second here. Let me see. Okay, so I found the card here. It's a birthday card, Hallmark card, as you can see. So what we're going to do is aspirate card. So what we're going to do is tie that on. So we're tying this on also, everybody. So aspirate card. We're going to find another object to tie on as a third example for aspiration and what to tie on. So aspirate, I'm going to look around the room one more time to see what else we can tie on to aspirate. Just bear with me for a second while I'm looking for this item. Let me see what there is to tie on to aspirate. Okay, now we're going to tie the third thing on to aspirate. We're going to figure out, let me look around the room to see what we have. A snow globe. We're going to tie this snow globe on, everybody. We're going to use this as a tie on. So I'm going to aspirate snow globe. So what I'm saying, so we're aspirating snow globe, and let me square that off. And now we understand suffix and how to tie on and what to tie on when we see the words or the letters T-I-O-N and what to use. So to educate, tie on, what are we going to tie on? To motivate, tie on, what are we going to tie on? And to aspirate, tie on, what can we tie on?